This is an important Down Under Pharaoh announcement. Many of you have asked, where the hell is Piece of the Week this week? Well, I'm here to tell you there has been an almighty calamity. A tale of moths and fallen trees and broken iPads. And here we have it, not happening this week. Instead, it is just a Pharaoh's randomonium of experiential moments captured on film. So you want to know what happened? Well, I don't, but I'll tell you anyway. It's his mother's fault. Cameron's mother. Well, it's not really. It's his friend Joanne's fault. Well, not really her either. It's Hugh Jackman's fault. Because he was performing in town the other day, and young Joanne was there watching it and snapping away at his physique. And she sent some of those pictures through, and Cameron showed them to his mother, who was very excited. But what happened was the menace that Cameron is. Interspersed some pictures of Mr. Botox, and she threw the iPad across. Well, she didn't really, she just dropped it in horror, and it smashed onto the floor into 1,000 shattered pieces of glass, rendering the song by Blondie, A Heart of Glass, some semblance of his soul being shattered as he watched it fall. That doesn't really make any sense, but that's what happened, Petals. So we're getting another device shortly, and we'll cobble things together for now on this phone. And that's what you're seeing now. Have a lovely week and enjoy some of these pictures and gatherings from the temple workshop.
And one of the most astounding things that did occur during excavations was the appearance of an eastern blue-tongued lizard. Quite a harmless creature, really, but nonetheless, quite a fright when it crawls up behind you. Here we see it entering a burrow and exiting a burrow. As mentioned, they're quite harmless, and their diet consists mainly of small insects, such as ants, small cockroaches, and even small children that walk into their mouths and are usually swallowed whole. Also, the elderly are needing to be at a brisk pace to outrun them when they chase them down the yard. I've seen many people swallowed whole, wheelchair and all. Come along now, Kevin. Back under the lid. Go on. Out of sight for today. Now, back to the excavations at hand at the temple workshop. We are going to find some amazing things because this looks like a tomb from some past king. As you can see here, a cartouche has been revealed.
Kamaran Neferuatan. Who was this deity? Or was it a king?
And as you can see, the sand continues to reveal some artifacts from this once busy section of this tomb field. This piece looks very Ptolemaic.
I beg to differ. I think it's more like the 26th
Marvelous
dynasty
contours of the
myself.
face. Almond-shaped eyes. Absolutely astounding quality. What else lies beneath these distant sands? Dig, boy, dig now. The trench widens, and suddenly there is a flash of aqua green. Could this be an amphorae? It looks like there is a handle, as new as if it was buried yesterday. My goodness, what is it? Is it Mycenaean? Is it from Crete? Oh, I think it's of a later vintage. It's definitely not Egyptian. But it is marvelous.
Amazing.
These were a type of vessel used in ancient times where a liquid was placed in it and stirred, and it would turn into a slushy of ice and liquid flavors. Meanwhile, back at Pharaoh's island lair, the moths have come. In great numbers indeed. This fair-coloured orange leaf of a moth is playing hard to get, bouncing around the walls like it's some kind of balloon. But it just wants to get to the light, as we all do. They came in their hundreds. They're not very bright, but the light is. I don't know why they don't know it's not the sun, but maybe it's just some bonus for them to get warm and get in the mood for breeding. Look at this clown here, flapping around. It's actually quite beautiful, really. And this one, the real showstopper of the evening. Oh yes, and in the daytime, other winged varieties come. These ones have 2 legs. I don't know if they had 4, but they've got 2 now, and they're known as ducks. The one with the curly end on the tail is called Monroe, and the other one, biting its own arse, is Maud. I don't think they've got fleas, but if they do, I will get them a dog collar. I've given them since a larger vessel to float in. And here we have a pheasant. Not a native of Australia, but quite a surprise, roaming underneath the front stairs. It looks like a hoodlum. And, well, it's quite timid, and wasn't long before it flew off. Goodbye, pheasant.
Hello, it's Beryl Whittaker again to announce a brief musical interlude. These tracks were on the Saturday morning on the television, and they represent music from the distant past and the not-so-distant past. The Shantuzis, an Australian bunch of floozies singing a song about a witch queen of New Orleans. The other glorious track by the Butthole Surfers, the song Pepper, which underscored a wonderful time in the early years of Down Under Pharaoh.
They were all in love with dying, they were doing it in teams. Ollie caught a bullet, but it only hit his leg. Well, it should have been a better shot, got him in the head. They were all in love with dying, they were drinking from a fountain that was pouring like an avalanche, coming down the mountain.
So I had to do it. I just had to chop the tree down with an axe. I needed the firewood. And my, it sure was purty.